Thank you to Marvel Puzzle Quest for sponsoring today's episode. Did the new Pacific Rim Uprising footage confirm our theory? 2018 is barreling towards us with a whole new crop of movies to get excited about, and there are few movies that have us more amped than Pacific Rim Uprising, the continuation of the Monsters vs. Mech saga that began in 2013's Pacific Rim. Now, we've been speculating about this one on and off ever since we got our first glimpse of it at San Diego Comic-Con back in July, and naturally, we have a lot of theories under construction, but we think we may have just had our biggest one confirmed thanks to a brand new behind-the-scenes featurette released at Tokyo Comic-Con. Now, the news spot is packed with all sorts of awesome new stuff that will keep Pac Rim fans on the edge of their Jaegers, including a slew of new footage and a bunch of testimonials from the talent both behind and in front of the camera. But the thing that has us the most interested is the very last shot of the piece. This one right here. Now, it looks like we've got some real Rock'em Sock'em Jaeger action happening here, and we were already guessing about that back in October when the first full trailer launched at New York Comic-Con. Our theory was that in the decade that separates Pacific Rim from Pacific Rim Uprising, the way the world uses Jaegers has changed. With the kaiju threat gone, the nations of the world would start using the massive war machines to wage war with one another. And when the kaiju do return, everyone will have to put aside their differences to once again come together and defend the world from the otherworldly threat. And this shot, with the two mechs holding power swords to each other's necks, seems to more or less confirm that. Along with this quote,
"Ultimately, it's a world conflict, and everyone's put aside their differences and come together."
See, just like we said, putting aside their differences to keep kaijus at bay. But that still leaves us wondering where this shot comes from in the movie. It could be at the beginning, establishing a world where Jaegers fighting Jaegers are a pretty commonplace occurrence, but somehow we doubt that because this looks a little more intense than just two random mech soldiers fighting for their respective sides. This one looks personal. Whoever is piloting those two Jaegers have a history with each other, and it's not a pretty one, and right now it's rearing its head at the worst possible time, when they should be getting ready for a monster battle, not settling old scores with power swords. Of course, the other option is that it's not just bad blood that's causing the standoff, but an actual betrayal. Is it possible that one of the Jaeger pilots is turning on his supposed partner to give his nation an upper hand in an ongoing war? Or could there even be humans in league with the extra-dimensional beings from beyond the rift? We can't really say right now. What we can say is that the possibility of some mech on mech has us stoked, not just because we love some BattleBots, but because it points to the deeper character conflicts and relationships that helped elevate the first film. We loved the first Pac Rim because it spent as much time developing the humans in the Jaegers as they did the Jaegers themselves, and despite all its shiny new upgrades, it's nice to see that Pac Rim Uprising will be keeping that essential element intact. But what do you folks think? Are you excited to see some Jaeger on Jaeger fights? What do you think drove them to fight in the first place, and do you think we'll get a Ron Perlman cameo? Let's discuss. And assemble all your favorite Avengers in Marvel Puzzle Quest. You can recruit the likes of Black Panther, Captain America, Iron Man, the Hulk, Black Widow, and more, or create a supervillain dream team and recruit Thanos and his Infinity Gauntlet to wage your own Infinity War. Mix and match your ultimate superhero and supervillain teams and battle it out in Match 3 War. Marvel Puzzle Quest is available on iOS, Android, Amazon, and Steam. Download it now for free.